My name is Emma. I am 22 years old, and I am a fifth-year student at the Institute of Economics in a neighboring town. I come from the village of Greenfield, so life seemed great. I had good friends, a loving family, and I always felt supported in my dreams and aspirations. Everything was simple, peaceful, and filled with the warmth that comes from a small, close-knit community. But everything changed when Jack came into my life. Jack worked as a nurse in therapy at our local hospital, and we met by chance at one of our friends' parties. It was one of those nights when everything falls into place, and we immediately hit it off. During the time we spent together, I realized that Jack was the man of my dreams. He was caring, funny, and always willing to help. We spent a lot of time together, and every moment was filled with happiness and joy. Jack surprised me with his ideas, whether it was an impromptu picnic under the stars or just showing up with my favorite snacks when I was having a bad day. He would also give me small but very nice surprises, a handwritten note or a flower he picked on the way home. Very soon I went to live with him. Living together didn't put pressure on us, but on the contrary, it made us feel more right, as if we were made for each other. We dreamed of a future together, and our plans began to take shape. We talked about marriage and children, and it seemed to me that nothing could destroy our love and happiness. We lay in bed at night, imagining what our children would look like and where we would buy our first house. It seemed like everything I had dreamed of was coming true. I started preparing for the wedding 6 months in advance: dress, shoes, car, restaurant, host. These preparations were so enjoyable, although stressful at times. Jack was by my side every step of the way and helped me pick out everything I really liked. After all, it was our wedding, and I wanted every detail to be perfect for both of us. We spent weekends together visiting different venues, sampling cakes, and discussing color schemes. Jack had an opinion on everything, and I loved that he cared so much. On the day of the celebration, everything was perfect. Everyone was having fun, congratulating us on this important event in our lives. The host was throwing interesting contests, champagne was flowing, laughter filled the room, and I couldn't imagine a happier day. But only Liam, Jack's best friend, looked glum. I'd known Liam for a long time. It was at his party that I'd met Jack. We'd been in the same group and had always gotten along well, but I'd never really looked at him as anything more than just a good friend. Sometimes I thought he liked me, but he never made a move, so I didn't give it much thought. But throughout the wedding, Liam sat there, sullen, sipping his drink and barely socializing with anyone. I didn't want to ruin the party for myself or the guests, and seeing Liam so depressed made me feel awkward. Taking 2 glasses of wine, I walked over to Liam and offered him a drink. He reluctantly accepted, giving me a half-serious smile. After that, we talked about everything. I don't remember what, exactly, because the alcohol had done its job. We laughed about old stories from university, discussed our plans, and shared memories. Eventually, Liam cheered up and I felt relieved. Then I decided to go dancing, wanting to savor every moment of my special day. We danced for a while, twirling under fairy lights, and soon came the part of the wedding where the bride is kidnapped for fun, a playful tradition that everyone was excited about. Liam kidnapped me and hid me on the veranda. We sat together, away from the noise of the party, and drank lots of wine. The evening air was cool and the stars shone brightly above us. It was quiet, and in that silence I began to notice things I hadn't noticed before. I noticed how beautiful Liam's lips were, how his eyes softened when he looked at me, and how warm his presence made me feel. I wanted to kiss them, and before I knew it, I was leaning in. Liam beat me to it and pulled me close. It was like all the unspoken words between us suddenly demanded to be felt. One kiss wasn't enough for me, and it happened. The intensity of the moment swallowed up all reasonable arguments, and we let it go further. Yes, I cheated on Jack at my own wedding. What a nightmare. It was unreal, and afterward, the gravity of my act crushed me. I knew I had ruined something precious, something that would never be the same again.